Okay, so I'm sure that the aspect ratio between this and the actual video is going to be all jacked up. But the two videos that I'm about to upload here are parts one and two of one episode that I did with Manny at his place. There's more to come in the future. Um, Thank you, everybody, for being here, and let's get the show on the road.
But it's more like philosophical worldview kind of things.
Those are always fun.
Those
I
are
enjoy
fun.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is it gonna start the podcast? Is it gonna look like it was filmed on a potato for the first 10 minutes and then clarify,
Who
like the last
knows?
one did?
Who knows?
I,
I I'm still working out some of these kinks.
yeah, I pulled it up and I was like, man, I remember when we recorded this. It looks so crisp and clean, and this looks like it was filmed on a potato.
On a potato is crazy.
And then it cleared up, and it's like, I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about technology.
no, I still don't have like the best setup, but I'm kind of just rolling with it, Like I got so much other shit going on that to me the podcast is for my own entertainment.
Yeah.
It's for me to enjoy the conversations. If other people enjoy it, that's cool, but I'm not making this shit for you.
I was gonna say what we should try to do, um, is like figure out what it would cost for me to like show up once a month or like for like 2 or 3 days,
Mhm.
film a whole bunch of them, just start putting them up on YouTube.
I'm down.
Like just make a channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Two
I'm
degenerates talking.
two degenerates talking. Very well. I mean, and the shit we get down with is so random because it'll go philosophy to history to like bumfuck Egypt. Like,
I mean, I've been making like gun parts for in class, in machining class, making like different charging handles and shit.
how's that been going?
It's great. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I 3D printed a bunch of stuff for my Halloween costume. I was Kratos, so I 3D printed
Dude, that was
Mirror's
a
head.
sick costume. Yeah, you sent me the picture of
And
that.
the
That thing was
axe.
awesome.
The axe is still in California because shipping something that long is incredibly expensive.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's like $150 to ship that thing just because
Damn.
of its length,
Yeah.
the size. Like if you cut it in half and ship it that way, it might be like $75 through like
Because it's not that
UPS or
heavy,
whatever.
right?
No, it doesn't weigh anything. It's plastic with foam inside of it.
Yeah.
Because I spray foamed the whole thing with like the Great Stuff expanding foam.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a little more solid, which part still broke off, but meh, who cares? It's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a conversation with Becca recently about worldview, and one of the things that I want to do here soon is HR philosophy. So,
Okay.
like, when it comes to the workforce and companies in general, the way that you do business matters. And right now, it's just, I want money.
Yep.
Find every trick and tactic to get more money.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone can win in business without that being like money should be the goal. You do not run without money. But that doesn't have to be the only like metric of success.
No, like it doesn't have to be a zero sum game. Um, I I will never trust a businessman to have other people's best interest in mind necessarily, but in a free market that is actually free, if he screws something up, we can all sue him
Mm-hmm.
into oblivion and he stops existing, and therefore it is in his best interest to not screw everybody over.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed, like when people talk about the capitalism that we have here in the United States, I refer to it as cronyism because a lot of it's protected by the government.
Mhm.
When it's protected by the government, you can't sue it into oblivion. They'll just keep propping it back up.
Yeah.
Which means that they no longer have incentive to not screw everybody over. Because when you look at it, it's like if you make a product and it's got your name on it, that's how you're represented.
Dude, that's one of my
How do you-
biggest stressors is like OmniHR is my company.
Yeah.
And with that, I refuse to put something to market if I'm not like, yep, OmniHR, Manuel Martinez. If I don't like it, I literally stress so much about it
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm like, nope, I can't do it. Like right now, we're developing AI automations.
Yep.
And with that, I have 2 new employees that are developing AI automations, and they don't have enough time to put in the effort that I am willing to accept as a finished product.
Yeah.
And like their work is good. Like I've seen the quality that they can produce, but they don't do it every time, and it's not on a good enough timetable. Like so that really gets me. Like I'm just like, nope, not OmniHR ready. Nope, it's not Manuel Martinez ready. Like nope, get that shit out of here.
Yeah. The degree of consistency in what they're doing, quality and speed wise, is not up to snuff.
Yeah, and it's not their fault. They've got a lot of other stuff going on at the same time.
Yep.
So, like, it's not a jab at them. It's more of just, in this point in the process, it's not good enough. Like,
Yeah.
what was that? Where it's like, not good enough, and he, like, slashes it. Was that Parks and Rec? I feel like that's something Andy would do.
I think so.
Yeah.
That sounds
That
like
does
Andy.
sound like
Yeah, with his like weird katana crap. that he always
Exactly.
did.
Yep. I don't know. But yeah, it's just where I view the like future of kind of corporate America or just businesses in general, it's
Yeah.
going to be very heavily with AI.
Yes.
But with that, it doesn't mean that there's going to be no humans, which I think people are really freaking out about.
Oh yeah.
I don't see that as being the case in the near future. Like even HR, which is mostly a computer task, you still have a lot that a human needs to actually make the decisions for. And
Very much so.
you need the competence. And the problem that I do see though is people are going to be real dumb. It's so easy to let ChatGPT make decisions for you that I am concerned for the normal like human.
Oh god, no, it's horrible. Like I was watching another podcast, History Unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
I love those guys. It's the Lore Lodge and Stock Huey from the History of Everything podcast, and they're hysterical. But they were talking about back when we had oral traditions and oral histories, the memory callback that people had, and the fact that there were so many people doing it,
Mm-hmm.
that was how you would tell what was correct and what wasn't, because you had 2,500 people all memorizing the exact same thing. So you can be like, oh, this guy said something wrong. We can correct him on that so it doesn't spread.
Hmm.
Whereas with books, we stop having to memorize as much, and therefore our memory gets weaker. And then we went from books to the internet, and now people can Google it, and it's like, for someone to remember a fact that they Googled last week is a Herculean effort.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I hate that crap. And the Chat GPT thing is only going to make it worse. Or Gemini or every other, like, oh, we found, like, this one Reddit post where it said that eating rocks is actually good for you. And put that out. And it's like, wow, AI is so stupid. But it's because people write down stupid crap and the AI learns from the stupid crap.
When it comes to humans lowering their capacity for knowledge, I feel like memory and different skills and traits,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's just slowly been going on. We outsource as much as we can. Like MapQuest, you just kind of, I mean, people, the last group that still memorizes actual streets is taxi drivers. Like,
yeah.
other than them, no one is like memorizing every street and knows exactly how to get everywhere. Phone numbers, like that used to be a real thing that you either had a pocketbook that you would write down people's numbers.
A Rolodex?
Yeah,
I've
but
been using
otherwise,
Rolodex jokes on people lately.
you just have that in your head. Calculators, you used to have people in a bank and all
Yeah.
they would do was just do math. Like
Yeah.
that was their whole job.
Pure math.
And now you just give a monkey a calculator and they figure it out. And dude, you know, like I'm going to take a huge blow to my own ego. I am at a 3rd grade math level. So I found that out. I was doing math with my daughter and she's doing multiplication tables. I don't remember any of my multiplication tables. She was like, I'm working on 8s. I was like, great. And I'm here with my phone because I don't remember any of the 8s. So I'm helping her with that on the calculator. But yeah, man, like I don't remember any of it.
16, 24, 32, 40.
Fucking
48.
question mark, banana, hot dog. Like,
you see like the one that comes up on Facebook. It's like, if a motorcycle helmet and a football and a burrito is 29, like, then what's the value of the football? Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's some 2nd grade math crap.
I mean, it's interesting though. And you know what? I don't have an issue telling my daughter that I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
That is one thing that
That's
she's
good.
like, Dad, you don't know this? I was like, no. And she's like, you're dumb. Yes, I acknowledge this.
Yeah,
Like,
hey, it's great to know when you're dumb.
yeah, like I'm smart in certain things,
Yeah.
and I'm terribly stupid in others.
Oh yeah, and yeah, they're just knowing stuff and remembering it and committing things to memory is something that I try to do as often as possible.
You are a Rolodex. Like you have it in your head. Like I noticed that. We'll talk about facts and dates and info like that, and you are very good at memorization.
Well, that's the thing is it's like I try to work at it because even when I was in the military, it's like, oh, I'm not really good at remembering things. And it's like, that's because you're being a lazy bitch
Yeah.
and you don't want to be good at it. It's like, oh, I'm not good at math. Cool. You don't have to be good at math. You just have to know what math is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can figure it out from there. I can't do calculus, but I can make shit with geometry. It's still math. But I've got to know geometry to get up to calculus.
Mhm.
I can get there.
Yeah, stair
I
step.
just don't want to. I don't care about calculus.
Well, it's a perfect point. Repetition, I think,
Yeah.
is what it comes down to. People assume, like, if they see someone in shape, they're like, oh, it must have been so easy. Or memorizing, oh, man, that is your trait. Like, no, I worked at it. Like, this is repetition.
Like, I can get fat. Like, it's not hard to, like, get fat and be dumb. That is the easiest thing I've ever done. You sit around, eat junk food, and do nothing. And just doom scroll the internet. It's like, I hate that. That's why I like listening to, every once in a while I get into like a true crime podcast. It's like, here's the history of like Ted Bundy from when he was a small child. And we're not going to utilize the Netflix trying to make him into a hot guy because that's what that one director likes doing with serial killers is just trying to sell them on sex appeal. No, you can feel bad for them when they were children and treated like crap. And then you realize that they became adults and horrible people and you can hate them for that.
I mean, that's a very true aspect is you can feel bad or sympathy or empathy, but there's always a line. Like there's always a limit that you're like, look, I get it. Your childhood was really tough. But at the end of the day, you kind of need to know right from wrong. Like,
well, and like that was, that's one of the reasons that most of what I listen to now is like, I'll listen to Lore Lodge on like missing persons and things of that nature and other historical events, History of Everything podcast, Fat Electrician. Like I love all of that info because it's actual, like it's engaging for my brain to think about things. And then every once in a while, I'll just listen to one of their podcasts when it comes out. Mind-numbing and funny as crap. Like so many.
yeah.
Unsubscribed, kind of consensual. Those are my two big ones. They are so much fun.
Dude, I do not spend a lot of time on... there was time, so I have seasons where like I'll break stuff down.
Yep.
But I just keep going back to business. Like that's kind of... But I know why, though. It's because my entire mindset is I need to make more money. Like, I need to provide. I have a responsibility. Yeah. So with that, that is always my core for right now.
Yeah.
And I have not overcome it yet. I've not made enough to not have to think about it.
I don't think you ever will. And I think that's like the crux of it. It's like I've got debt and I need to work harder on paying down debt and spending less money on nonsense. But I don't have a bunch of responsibilities. It's like I've got rent, I've got my car payment, the insurance, the phone payment, and the cat.
Hmm.
I can figure out food. Food ain't that hard.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. And honestly, to each their own. People are at different stages of life, and there's no shame in that. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with being at whatever point in your time that you're at.
32, divorced with no kids is way better than it could have been for me.
That is true.
Because I was like, I mean, you remember me in middle school and high school. I was a violent little shit. There was a very good possibility I could have wound up in jail.
that is very
So
accurate.
it's like, not got the criminal record. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. No, I get that. For an almost high school dropout, I think I'm doing pretty good too.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
did great.
Yeah, flunked out of college my first shot. Got my girlfriend pregnant pretty early age. Like, you know.
Yep.
Good times. And then now we're doing all right.
Yeah. Hey, but you did the man thing about it. You stuck with it, and you stood up to the responsibility.
Yes.
And that's the most amicable part, is the standing up and taking the responsibility for it.
There was never an option in my head. Like, there was no, like, getting out of Dodge kind of
I figured
mentality.
that your mother would have probably killed you if you tried.
Oh, I don't know about that. She was very much like, I'm not happy with this at all. I mean, you know, I was 19 at the time.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, she wasn't happy about it, but I feel like if you'd have skipped out, that she would have been more unhappy.
probably, yeah. But
I'm
by
gonna
that
break
time, I
that
was already
to
trying to get as far away from her as I could in the moment. So, you know, nothing against her, but, you know, antsy ass kids. Like, that's
Oh yeah.
it's kind of how we live our life. Like, you know, every I can't say everyone, but I feel like a lot of guys specifically, like, you have that just, I don't know if it's rebellion or just like you want to forge your own path. Like, it's different for everyone, but you want to figure out who you are, what your mark is on the world, and
Yeah.
you kind of got to go out and eat some shit for a while and kind of figure it out.
Sometimes you got to have that sandwich full of crow, and
Yes.
that sucks. But it's something you got to do. I enjoy it. Shit, I got in a fist fight with one of my coworkers a couple weeks ago. Glad he wasn't a complete bitch. He could have called the cops and thrown my ass in jail if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good thing, big dog. You should not
it's
be
not.
fighting your
Well,
coworkers.
no, like there was disagreement. It's not like we were at work.
Mm.
But there was a disagreement, misunderstanding, and it's like, yeah, this ain't how this is gonna go, and so I'm gonna beat the shit out of you now, and that's how that went. He got one good punch. I did have a shiner for about a week,
Nice.
and I choked him out. Kicked him in the ribs a few times.
Yeah, I
Punched
can't
him a few
imagine.
times.
As an HR director, I most certainly cannot fight anyone.
Yeah, no. Like,
no
you
employees.
have to like go to a gym and like make sure that no one you know goes to the
Yes,
gym
exactly.
in order for you to fight people.
Yeah, no, my titles are HR director and CEO. With that, I'm not allowed to fight
Yeah.
any of my employees.
Yeah, I have to find time for like us to get to a gym at the same time with like no cameras around.
Dude, I really want to. Like,
Beat the hell out of each other
I
for
did
a
Muay
while.
Thai here recently, and I was able to fight some of the professional fighters there.
Mhm.
I mean, they just ran through me, but like, it was still fun to do.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's
I
dog
still
walking.
really enjoy it. My wife and kids all think I'm crazy. Like, sometimes I'll feel antsy, and so Zoe
yeah.
told you I'll cut down a tree or whatever with an axe. I'm just like, I need to move my body. Oh
Oh yeah, no, I've done the same thing.
And they're just like, what is he doing?
No, there was a cedar tree on Dad's property that I cut down with an axe a couple years back.
It's the move. I don't know what it is, but it just gets it out of you. There's this Christmas movie called Claus, and it's Santa Claus, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's really old dude, Santa Claus, and he just cuts down a ton of trees. Like, obviously he uses the wood to make toys for the kids,
Yeah.
but that man just cuts down so many trees, and I'm just like,
Is-
that's life.
Is
Like,
it,
you just-
is it the Klaus one where he's like really,
Yes!
really enormous
Yep.
and lives like on the outside of town?
Exactly. Dude, I liked that movie a lot.
So me and the coworker that I beat up were talking about that earlier this week. Like this past Saturday,
What the
we were
fuck,
talking
bro?
about.
How do you go from Santa Claus to fisticuffs?
Well, no, see, fisticuffs was the week prior to that.
Ah, very well, very well.
So we had fisticuffs on a Sunday night, and then like we didn't see each other really until that next Saturday, and we kind of just squared everything away and squashed it because we're adults, and I feel like more grown men. I feel like part of the downfall of our society is that it's not socially acceptable for two grown men to just beat the hell out of each other and then shake hands and be done with it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we teach the kids at school that if someone hits you, don't do anything, go to a teacher, which is just a horrible thing, in my opinion.
I mean, I think there's a time and place. I don't know if school's the best time to be throwing hands.
Well, it's like the time in middle school when I got jumped by the 5 kids, leaving math class, going to lunch. You remember, like, Juan Caballos and all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think they were bad people. They weren't having the experiences that they needed.
Mm.
And so that had them acting out. And so it is what it is, but it's like 5 kids try to jump you in the hallway. If you don't throw hands, I think you're probably doing something wrong, because then just taking an ass whooping is not the lesson we want to teach people either.
No, self-defense, I think, is definitely a big part. I get it.
Yeah.
I definitely get it when it comes to the self-defense side.
Self-defense is, I don't understand why schools don't allow self-defense.
It is...
It's legal. Self-defense is literally part of the law.
I mean, it's also just a part of humanity. Like, you should always defend yourself. Like,
Oh, yeah.
no matter where you're at, like, you should be cognitive enough to be like, okay, I see the reality around me. I understand that I have to, at some level, defend myself.
Yeah.
And you should be competent to defend yourself at a certain level. Not everyone needs to be, an MMA fighter at the highest extreme,
I'm not saying
but...
you got to walk out here and be Brock Lesnar everywhere.
Yeah, but you at least have to be competent. Semi in shape, being able to run if you need to, push someone away, you understand distance. Like, there's a lot that goes into it that isn't just, I throw hard, There's a lot that goes into it.
It's like, if you're just throwing haymakers everywhere, you're probably going to get your shit pushed in.
Maybe, unless you're lucky. Like, I will say that there are some people that will fight someone that doesn't know how to fight.
Oh, yeah.
And that guy just goes crazy, and it works sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Like the dudes that, like, windmill hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's terrifying. I'm going to kick you in the knees. You come at me with windmills. And, like, I'm just going to drop kick you in the knees.
Yep.
I'm going to get as close to the ground as possible and kick you.
I showed Zoe some Muay Thai, and some of the stuff that I'm teaching her is that. It's like teep. So kicking someone with a front kick, like right to their chest. Just get a little bit distance, push them back. That's typically enough at that age to freak someone out enough to be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Like, just a push kick is a great thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, I don't know. Teach their own, but I definitely think that a certain level of self-defense, a certain level of capability is a requirement at life.
Oh, yeah. Walking around as a weapons-grade asshole and starting fights is not okay, but being able to defend yourself from the weapons-grade asshole going around starting fights is imperative.
Yes.
But, like, there's states that have mutual combat laws. Two grown men have a disagreement, they can walk outside and beat the hell out of each other, come back in, and it's done.
Yeah.
While I'm a big proponent of firearms and things of that nature, I also don't want people going around getting offended, and something that could just be a fist fight ends up with someone getting shot. It's like, no, that's not what that's for.
I got you. I mean, classification of force, like selecting the right level for that situation. Absolutely.
It's like, if someone kicks my front door in, I'm not throwing hands.
Yes.
I'm slinging legs. That's how that goes. But if I'm at a beer joint and the guy spills his beer on me, I'm not pulling my gun out. I might crack him in the face with a bar stool.
I mean, I might not do that for someone spilling beer on me. Like,
it really depends.
I mean, it definitely depends, but like, yeah,
But
I wouldn't.
It's one of those, like, what you do has to be relative to what's going on.
When you say that, I remember Zoro and Luffy in the bar with Bellamy where he like pours beer on them
Oh,
and they just
yeah.
do nothing and let them beat the shit out of them. I was like, I don't fully get what you guys were going with here.
So for that one, it was because they told Nami that they weren't going to break anything, and they didn't want to break that promise, which is why later, after Bellamy robs Pops,
Yes. Then Luffy
Mont Blanc
puts him in the
Cricket,
fucking
he
ground.
goes back up there, and it's like, you really think you can beat me? Blah, 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 blah. And he just leaves the knuckle print in his face and drives him through the floorboards.
Very well. I don't remember that promise to Nami, but
Yeah.
that does make sense.
That was the whole start, it's like, no, we're not going to do anything. Like, we're not going to fight back. We're not going to break stuff. We're, like, here for information, and we're going to not do what we would normally do. Which most people don't remember that part because it's a very small spoken line in there.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely don't remember all of it. I just got, I don't want to say back into One Piece, but I picked it back up. I followed kind of the Kaido arc, like where they did that battle against Kaido and Big Mom.
Roof piece.
Did not watch all of it, but I saw kind of like some of the big points and then picked it up at Egghead Island. Eggman, yeah, throwing Sonic in there.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Are you fully caught up? Are you watching all of it, or is it kind of just like you keep up?
So for me, as far as watching it, I'll wait until like there's an episode that I really want to see, like because I read it. Like I'm completely caught up with reading.
Oh,
it.
really?
We get a chapter this week. Or
Okay.
I think we get a chapter this week. I don't think we got one last week. And so it's like I read it because I don't really have time for much else. I've been running around a million miles an hour for 6 months now. Like, I mean, hard. I'm pulling like 100-hour weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, it might only be like 30 hours a week at school, and it might only be 10 to 20 hours a week at work. But then there's working for my dad. It might be another 10 hours, 20 hours a week. So now we're at 70. And then if I do anything else, we're stacking that on top of the 70. Like, it's just been a mile just hauling ass. And then moving. It's like, I made the Sunday that I finally moved in, I made 6 trips from where I was living to the apartment to just like get everything moved in, and did like 200 miles that day in driving.
God damn.
Not
It's not even that far. We saw it was like 35-minute drive, but you did that six times in a day. I guess that'll do it.
Well, that would be up to Dad's house. So the drive was a lot closer. It was about 20 minutes from the house I was living in with my sister to the apartment. But there's no like really great way to do it, so I'm going to deal with lights either way. But it's like go down one road, go across, and then up. It's like 5 roads. So it's easy, but the longest shot has lights on it. So it's like, But when you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you drag a trailer from where you're at to your dad's to unload it, drive back down, load up a bed and a cat tree, drive to the apartment, unload the cat tree and the mattress, drive back to the house, drop the trailer, load stuff up, and then make 4 more trips. That's a lot of driving in one day.
Yeah.
And then I got the bed made and everything like that. I brought the cat over, left her there, then went back, moved stuff from where I was at to my other sister's house, which was literally right around the corner from where I was living. Deal with the dog getting loose, and then pack more stuff up and make that final trip back to the apartment. And then like start trying to put stuff away and organizing and seeing what all I need to buy to like shelving units and stuff. And it's so much stuff.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. I've got an Amazon package sitting on my front steps right now.
I hope it's there when you get back.
So do I.
Yeah, those porch pirates really fuck people up, huh?
I will say that where I'm at seems to be like it's a relatively safe place, and I'm on the second floor, so you'd have to go up the stairs to get to my door.
Kind of like you have to know it's there to even make the decision. Like that's a commitment at that
Oh
point.
yeah, and so it's like obviously my next door neighbor's not going to take my crap. I wouldn't expect them to anyway. And so it's like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's there because it's a table for like my record player and my records to go on, so that they're not just sitting on the floor in the spare bedroom.
Hell yeah.
Slowly building things. I'm gonna get some. I've got some steel wire at my dad's house, and I'm gonna bend it and put like foam balls on it and screw it to 2x4 and screw the 2x4 to my 2 bookcases and put all of my hats and stuff on it. That way they're not on the floor, but cowboy hats and other things of that nature don't go well on a normal hat rack. So it's like I figured just foam ball hat.
Yeah, I mean,
because I can hang these on a hat rack, but they're like they're small.
Yeah.
Flexible. Cowboy hat, not so small and flexible.
I've always been interested. You have a lot of hobbies, and I feel like you have a lot of interests that you've had since I've known you back in like middle school when we first met. Like manga, anime, Warhammer. Like you've been a nerd your whole life.
Oh yeah.
But you also have Marine, woodworker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
it's a very you're very fully fleshed out. I guess maybe is the right way to say it. Like you got a lot,
decently well rounded.
Yes,
it's like I can enjoy things that require a degree of intellect and patience, but I also have the capability for violence of force if necessary. Because when you're woodworking, depending on how you're doing it, there is finesse to it, but it requires a degree of strength, and you could say violence, depending on what part you're doing. If you're using a side axe or a broad axe, as it's referred to, a hewing axe is the actual word for it. You're swinging an axe at a piece of wood to shape it. That requires violence and strength. You will wear out your forearm swinging this axe. I've been working on making handles, utilizing that, like shaping pieces of wood from like raw log axe. Holy crap, do your arms get tired? Way worse than swinging a hammer.
Yeah.
But it's fun for me.
Yeah. It's definitely, I mean, hobbies is very much to each their own, like mentality, because everyone is very unique. I noticed, like looking back, I really noticed that most of my hobbies were sports, martial arts, but other than that, I was a shit that just watched TV. Like that was my, like I tried to just numb my brain.
We got that from our parents' generation.
Yeah. Well, they were like latchkey kids, like they were very much like, their parents were working or doing whatever, and they were like, here's the keys, you're on your own.
Well, and they either watched JFK get assassinated on television, or they watched the shuttle explode on television. And after you see that happen on television, you got to keep watching in case some shit happens. Something else might happen.
No. My shit was like Charmed. Like it was not. It was like WWE. Like it was not.
But that's where you get from. You go from here. You watch things that are more entertaining more often, because the breaking news will come across as breaking news. They'll interrupt whatever the fuck they want. So that's a thing. But yeah.
I've never seen breaking news in real life. Like where you're watching a different channel and they block off that channel to show you something. That has never once happened in my life.
It has.
With what?
Happened once.
What is it?
9/11.
Okay, I was not watching TV during 9/11.
No, we were in class.
Exactly.
No, my dad was at work, and the client came in and said that a plane had hit the World Trade Center and turned the TV on in like just enough time for the live shot of the second plane hitting.
Mm.
And Dad's like, holy shit, what? Because it was like not a, it wasn't time for the news. The news was not on. And it's like, here's the news. Breaking news.
Breaking
oh,
news.
Shit.
I mean, very well.
But it's happened at like that time. I feel like there were a couple of them that I had seen due to like really bad disasters.
Hmm.
But I also don't watch regular TV much.
Yeah.
Like it's like terrestrial radio, like the regular radio. Hell no, I don't have time for that nonsense.
While driving.
No.
No?
What
do you listen to?
Like, I'll throw on a podcast.
Oh, yeah, now. But, like, back in the day, we didn't have podcasts.
I throw on Pandora.
Pandora, very well. I can't talk smack, yeah. Pandora, absolutely.
Like, even back in the day when, like, yeah, it had ads if you weren't paying for it, you'd get, like, 6 songs, and then it's, like, a 30-second spoken ad, and then songs. It wasn't like the radio where you get 6 songs, and then you get 5 minutes of the DJ talking or some ad that I don't care about for like proactive whatever. I'm in high school and this is a country music radio station. No, I don't care about your Danimals yogurt that's going to help you poop better. I don't care.
Increase probiotics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
This has prebiotic.
There you go. Echelon.
Yeah, Echelon. The guys that I watch, they're bought into that company, and I'd love to buy into that company. It's like set up by veterans for people in the military and veterans.
Gotcha. Are they? Did they already do their public offering? Like, are they out on? Can you publicly trade them?
I don't think so. I need to look into it some, but like I know that Fat Electrician has bought into the company.
Yeah.
Along with like I think some of the other guys from Unsub have also bought in, even if it's not a publicly traded company.
Yeah, no, private equity. Hell yeah. I like that. That's where they're going. That's sweet.
Oh hell yeah! Like those guys, they're inspirational to me. But they've all worked a lot. They've worked very hard. I will say that the Fat Electrician was accidentally very, very good at it. And he's like, no one's going to want to listen to me talk for an hour. And it's like,
oh my God, everyone wants to listen to me.
And he starts doing long form content. He's got videos that are an hour long. And it's like, I will absolutely sit down and listen to this whole thing. And as of right now, I canceled my subscription because I canceled like everything except for Pandora and Amazon Prime. All of my other subscriptions go away in January because I'm trying to I'm living alone, just me and the cat. I'm going to do my best to fix my finances while I'm there.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a potential crutch to lean on at this point, which allows me to focus on it a little bit better because no one's going to come save me.
Yeah.
Which is like
the classic man dilemma. Just no one's coming to save you.
I do better in the baptism by fire kind of crap, and so I think that's really what I need as the cat food goes off.
Yeah, we got, like I said, we work with what we got here, all right?
Oh, absolutely. No, I completely understand. It's like now that where I'm at, once I get my desk and everything set up and start my spare bedroom, might be able to do these over the interwebs.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. Oh. Yeah, so ThoughtForge still has multiple shows.
Yeah.
But
love the name, by the way.
Thanks. That was kind of the purpose, is different people with different backgrounds coming in and just doing something interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
Having different opinions is okay. That's what America is. It's supposed to be a melting pot. You just work with what you got. You don't have to agree with everyone or every thought. me and my wife have completely different philosophies, and that's cool. Like, I like that she has more of a blue hair kind of, and that's
Yeah.
cool because I do not have that mindset at
No.
all, and she very much does not like that I have very much a capitalist corporate like mindset, but that's the life I live.
I mean, we can throw out some lore. I mean, everyone knows that you're Cuban and what your family ran away from.
Absolutely. I
Like,
don't want to go back to communism.
No.
Socialism is not the answer either.
it is not. And like that's it's weird nowadays because everybody wants to like put people into really, really small boxes.
Hmm.
And I hate the really small boxes thing because I'm very liberal about certain things only because I'm libertarian. It's like, I'm not conservative. I think a lot of shit needs to change.
Hmm.
Like, as far as like going away. Like all of the social safety net stuff that's like constantly going. Nah, you get like a year. Period. Fix your shit. Because there's people that, like, families have lived on the social safety nets for generations. It's like, that's not what it's made for.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a band-aid to help you help yourself. Not
The
Jesus take the wheel, I know I will be taken care of.
And then all these people that are like, oh, you just hate the fact that black people, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't give a shit. I don't want the white people living in Appalachia on fucking welfare either. The bastards. They barely have electricity. How the hell are they collecting the payments? What the shit? You're getting a mailed check? The government is mailing people checks today? Hell no, that shit's expensive. Fuck off. Stop it.
Direct deposit if anything,
Go
huh?
away. It's like, I think the social safety nets, to a degree, are a good thing. They need time limits. And I mean hard time limits.
And drug tests.
Something.
If you're suffering that hard,
If I
then you
have
need to
to
fix
take
yourself.
a drug test to get a job, you have to get a drug test to take the money that the government has robbed from me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, taxes are pretty high. Like, they're pretty extreme.
By definition, taxation is literally theft.
Mhm. I'm going to take this money no matter what.
Everyone makes the joke. It's like, oh yeah, you libertarians, you think taxation is theft. And it's like, well, what happens if you don't pay taxes? The government's going to come to your door with a guy with a gun, and he's going to threaten your life. And if you still don't pay your taxes, they're going to throw you in prison, and they're going to garnish any wages that you might have had anyway. There's nothing voluntary about taxes, aside from you can volunteer to pay them and not go to prison.
Or leave.
Or
Like,
you
that
can
is
leave
the only other
country.
option, yes, is you
Like,
leave.
You've got three options. You can pay the taxes, you can get the fuck out of the country, or you can go to prison.
Or die.
No, there's taxes on dying. They will tax your money.
Damn.
There are death taxes. That's why they're called death taxes. And it's like, but that's the death tax and the inheritance tax are just a tax on wealth that people have accrued over their entire life. So you've got people who, like, if we think of that one disgusting creature, I can't stand him, Bill Gates.
Okay.
Horrible human being. As far as like being a person goes, he's a terrible person. Like, if you look at his actions versus what he says, no, he's a terrible human being. He has no standards. He hates people. But he earned a lot of money by coming up with an idea and then selling it to someone who wanted it for a shit gob of money. And then he invested it properly, and everyone's going to be like, well, he was profiting off of the wage labor and slave, blah, blah, blah. No. Because when he started in a garage, like a jackass, trying to make a computer smaller because he wanted a computer in his house. He's a fucking nerd. And then he did that, and then everyone else decided they wanted a computer too, and they were willing to pay for it. So people willing to get paid to make them for the wages he offered did it. Everything's voluntary.
Yeah.
Except now he wants population to go down and population control and things of this nature and socialism and a whole bunch of other shit that would have never allowed him to get to where he's at. I don't think it's bad that he's a billionaire. He made a product that everybody in the world wanted. Good for him. If I designed Amazon in the 90s, I'd be rich. Selling college books, and now I ship damn near everything. Shy of, like, drugs and women. Like,
Did they start selling cars yet?
I don't think so, but they've started doing, like, groceries.
Yep.
Like
I didn't see that.
grocery
And
delivery.
medicine. That's pretty crazy.
certain medicines. So they do some drugs, just not necessarily the fun ones. Which also should not be illegal. Legalize recreational everything. Tax the hell out of it. Sin tax.
That's interesting. I don't know if America will do well. Like, as a country, I don't know if that would be a net positive.
We're not paying for Narcan, and we're not paying for rehab. So if you wind up getting Narcan, you get the bill. Period.
Yeah, but I mean, in general, society.
Oh, no, it'd be a great thing. It'd be a boon for society.
Really? Why do you think so?
Because the gene pool will chlorinate itself very quickly.
Yeah, but we still need people to work. Like,
Yes.
the structure, the infrastructure needs to keep moving forward.
Yes.
The only reason why America works is that enough people, that like 80% in the middle, they're not good, they're not bad. They're kind of the mindless zombie that just does life.
Those ones are kind of okay. They're not going to go away because of the drugs being legalized. That's the thing. The ones that are going to go away because drugs are legalized are the ones that are already living off the system and already weigh 600 pounds and are eating hoo-hoos and whatever and are just disgusting. Those are the people that go away when drugs get legalized.
Interesting. I don't know if I fully agree with you on that one. I do think that
they say crack kills, but I've been watching the same crackheads run around for 30 years. They're doing something right.
Or
I don't
terribly
necessarily
wrong.
agree with them, but it's like I've seen a lot more people die of McDonald's than I've seen die of crack. Because those weirdos have been on the street for 30 years doing crack.
They're still going.
Now heroin, on the other hand, that one will kill people a lot.
Yeah.
But I think the crack kills thing, it's like, yeah, it can kill you if you're completely retarded.
Well, it's kind of like ketamine. Like, ketamine's been a big problem. But, dude, I remember I had ketamine lollipops back when I was a corpsman.
Yeah.
Like, we would go on deployment and
great.
Yeah, like we would
When
have these
used
lollipops,
where it's supposed to
different
be.
colors meant like the different levels of micrograms. And I remember that one of my corpsman buddies, I don't know, his auto injector for his morphine popped.
God.
And
That's
so
not good.
and so he came back and couldn't give them the medication because the morphine popped.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You can have some ketamine, man. Like, I don't have morphine, but you can have some ketamine lollipops. But it's the same thing with like fentanyl. Fentanyl will absolutely kill you like stone dead in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And that is one of the most utilized medicines in the United States on a regular basis in hospitals, like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got ghosts in your blood. Do cocaine about it. I think that's a great idea.
Jesus.
I
don't know. I guess it comes down to, do you think the American population needs protection? Like, in my opinion, I think that breaks, like, that from themselves, really. Not protection, like, externally, but protection from themselves. Like, they are at risk of making dumb decisions enough that it becomes a big problem.
So, I say no, only because I hate it when people try to protect me from myself, regardless of what I'm doing.
Okay.
Like, I'm very much a dangerous freedom kind of guy. I have really sharp tools and sharp axes and sharp knives and guns I drive a 2,000-pound missile constantly, every day. I'm driving a 2,000-pound missile around. And it's like, you can make things safe, but trying to protect people from themselves is just an exercise in futility.
Mm.
And eventually you have to become authoritarian to do it, because shitty people can still get a driver's license. Well, now we've got to get rid of driver's license to save the shitty people from dying because they're stupid. You've heard of the moral conundrums. It's like, if you've got two pills, a red pill and a blue pill.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone takes the red pill, everyone dies. But if more than 50% of the people take the blue pill, no one dies. Well,
I haven't heard that one.
I came across one that was very stupid. Incredibly stupid.
Okay.
If you take the red pill, you guarantee your life. So if everybody takes the red pill, everybody survives. If anybody takes the blue pill, so 99% of humanity takes the red pill, 1% takes the blue pill. That 1% dies.
Okay.
Unless 50% take the blue pill, and then everybody lives. Well, that's just stupid. Everybody takes the red pill because there is no drawback. Unless you know that there are stupid people who will take the blue pill because they're stupid. And you now believe that it is immoral for stupid people to die, and therefore now you want to take the blue pill to have the moral high ground of saving the stupid people from dying. And if you die with the stupid people, you do so on the moral high ground of trying to save the stupid people. And everyone else just takes the fucking red pill because there's no drawbacks to everybody taking the red pill. And there were so many people in the comments that are like, no, you have to take the blue one. Like, that's the only right thing to do. And it's like, no, you're trying to add morality into making sense. And morality often does not make sense. This is are stupid people allowed to die question. If you believe it's immoral for stupid people to die, fucking stupid.
I think that there is a balance between the strong are responsible for the weak. I don't think that it is I think there's a spectrum to it, and it's not fully... Really? How the hell is there a cricket in my house?
I don't know. There's a cricket.
I think that... Did my dog eat all the cat food?
No, the one cat did.
Okay.
The dog ate what was left.
Damn him. That was for the other cat.
The one cat ate all of one bowl and then 90% of the other bowl.
God, those two fat fucks.
I do agree that there is a degree of the strong should protect the weak. I wholeheartedly agree with that, because to me, it's my job to protect women and children and the elderly from violent, evil people, because violent, evil people exist. Stupid is not necessarily weak. There is a difference. Because violent, evil people can also be very stupid. And they try to do violence and evil shit in front of good men who are willing to deal with it, and then they wind up dead. Because they're stupid, and they decided to be violent and evil around people who were willing to do something about it. Is it immoral for the stupid person to die? No. Because he was doing something evil and stupid.
Darwin.
Exactly. The kid that eats too many marbles does not grow up to have kids of his own. There's too many warning labels on everything. Take the warning labels off. Let nature run its course. It is not immoral for stupid people to die.
Interesting. What do you think about, taking that statement? Removing warning labels, you don't know what you don't know. For example, we have to trust scientists, we have to trust doctors to a very extensive level. Even mechanics, engineers, like
Yeah.
we trust everyone. I trust this house still works because the previous owners, even though I don't trust the previous owners at all because they handed me a lump of shit.
Trust, but verify. You
But
can
that's
always look shit up.
But that's a lot. Like, let's be honest here. I can't verify the vaccine because I wasn't there during its conception. I can't trust the car works because I wasn't there when they first made it, or the engineering behind it, or even the science of it. Like, trust but verify
That's why
doesn't
we don't have Ford
really
Pintos
work.
anymore.
Okay, but like,
That's literally why we don't have Ford Pintos anymore.
yeah, but there's plenty of vehicles that you just have to kind of, I mean, everything. Like, vehicle, not as in like a physical vehicle, but
Yeah.
like us moving from one place to another in
Yeah.
any sense of the term, you got to trust that a lot to move forward in life. Like, if you hyper focus on, I need to verify every piece of information I get, that's your entire life at that point.
Oh yeah, but see, that's taking it to the absolute extreme.
Mm.
So like, the house doesn't burn to the ground. The house has yet to burn to the ground. We've looked at the electricity. Nothing is melting. Nothing is fucked up. We're not going to plug 15 heaters into one circuit and try to set the house on fire. So the idea of like common sense is not common. Common sense was never common. There's knowledge that has to be garnered, which is where your parents come into play. They learn shit. They teach you shit as a child. They teach you that you should try to continue learning shit as you become an adult. You didn't know anything about HR before you went into HR.
Hell, I still don't know if I know a lot about HR.
The only thing I know about HR is it's there to protect the company 9 times out of 10, and the worker is not necessarily the company.
I mean, that is true.
Like, protecting the company does not mean protecting the workers.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a
Which
fact
I
of it.
completely understand.
Yeah.
Because, like, the worker, depending on the situation, has no skin in the game.
Mm.
Like, they didn't put their money up for it.
Yeah. They're getting the paycheck for time, not equity.
Precisely. A lot of people talk about, like, seizing the means of production. I love seizing the means of production. It's a great thing. One of the primary means of production is people. So we're going to seize the means of production. We're going to steal all of the equipment utilized to make things. We're not going to make it ourselves. We're not going to make our own means of production. We're going to seize what already exists, including the people. Because when you seize a means of production and you kick out the people with skin in the game, now you need slavery. When you're dealing with people that want to save people from themselves, you get authoritarian, you get weird stuff, and you wind up with what the USSR was doing, where they would essentially control every aspect of your life so that you couldn't do anything that they deemed unsafe or potentially bad in the eyes of the government, which could be like, I don't know, praying to God was something they didn't allow. It's like the guy that man and his wife in Soviet Russia are having a child, and the husband works at the baby cradle making company. And so he snags parts every day and takes them home. And he tries to put it all together with all the parts that he snagged. And he goes to his wife and he says, I think we have a problem. Like, what? It's like, every time I try to put it together, I don't get a cradle. I get an AK-47. Because that's all they manufactured.
I don't like that. I don't like that I laughed at that joke.
That's a great joke. That is like, that's a classic Cold
really
War
caught
era
me off
joke.
guard. Damn you. I didn't want to like that joke.
I think it was, it wasn't Gorbachev. It was like the guy right after Stalin. I don't remember his name. But it's like he's traveling around Russia, the USSR. and he sees a bunch of people in a line, and it's like, why are all these people in a line? And it's like, well, they're waiting for bread, sir. It's like, they shouldn't be waiting like this. And he sends a bunch of soldiers to get bread and gives everybody bread in like 20 minutes. And he's driving around some more, and he sees another line. And it's like, what are they all in line for? Milk, sir. It's like, they shouldn't wait like this. And sends out a bunch of people, and they come back with a shitload of milk. And they give everybody milk in like 20 minutes, and the line goes away. And they drive around some more, and they see another line. And it's like, what are they waiting for? They're waiting for meat, sir. They shouldn't be waiting like this. Go get them chairs. Because they didn't have any meat, because it's Russia. Everything was dead. Explaining the joke makes it less funny, but I still think it's funny.
Very well.
Get them chairs. They shouldn't be waiting like this. We can give them milk and bread, but we can't give them meat.
Yep. Dude, that's how Cuba is right now.
Oh, it's horrible.
So my family over there right now is really struggling. And
I didn't realize you still had family on the island.
All my families. Yeah, like, so I would say out of all of my family, maybe 20% is in the United States. And that's more of my father's side of the family. My mother's side of the family is
just
like
your mom and your grandma, and that's it.
Well, grandma's dead. Mom's here.
She's
Mom's
not
sister
there.
came.
Okay.
And her other sister came as well, but she died recently.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's the one that, when I was coming up last time and then wasn't able to
Yep,
come.
yep. I went down to Miami to go see them.
Yep.
That was a very interesting experience. That was the first time that my daughter met my side of my Cuban family. And she was like, they're crazy, but I like them a lot. It's like, yep.
That is a fair point.
That perfectly describes my Miami family.
I know a little bit about Cubans, and that is not... That is an apt description.
Yes. Absolutely insane, but fucking lovable.
Oh, yeah. You know what's weird?
Hmm.
There are more Cuban sandwiches in the United States than there are in Cuba.
Yeah, it's because there's no fucking meat or bread.
Exactly. Communism can't work because America's got an embargo on them. It's like, I thought they weren't supposed to need money. But yeah, and so it's like there's just stuff that people don't like looking at some of the inconvenient truths. There's a lot of inconvenient truths I don't like looking at because with the not saving all the stupid people, there's now a lot of dead people. And I make light of it because it's a hard thing to talk about. Because that number of people dying because you do not find it immoral for stupid people to die, it's a lot of dead people, and dead people hurt. It hurts those around them. It doesn't hurt them. Much like being stupid, it's only painful for those around you. Because you don't know that you're stupid, you also don't know that you're dead.
I mean, that's not untrue. But yeah, when it comes to my family in Cuba, a lot of them are suffering when it comes to food shortages. What's really interesting is that their education system is okay. Like, they have the full spectrum of like elementary school, middle school, high school. It doesn't look the same way as it does here in the US, but they at least have it.
Yeah, they have something.
Yeah, and then the higher education also exists. Like, there's a good amount of doctors. Like, that's one of the things that Cuba is known for, is having medical providers. But food is a huge problem, which I always found interesting because it's a jungle nation. Like, that's the climate that is there. There should be able to grow quite a bit. Like, agriculture shouldn't be as difficult as I feel like it is. Obviously, I went to Cuba a lot. Oh, obviously. I went to Cuba a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone since. So when I went in the military, well, first off, I found this out recently, by the way, so just real quick.
Yep.
My mom stopped sending me to Cuba because she was worried I was going to impregnate the Cuban ladies. I didn't know about that, but that was why I stopped going after I was like 12 to 13.
Yeah.
She stopped sending me because my aunt was like, don't send him because he's going to make too many children. I was like, that's crazy.
He's the really adorable chubby boy, and all of the girls are going to want him because he's the adorable chubby boy.
I mean, you know,
'Cause
when you got what you got,
were the chubby
you got to
boy.
work it, you know?
Yeah.
But that was kind of, yeah, that's why I didn't go when I was younger. And then when I was in the military, Cuba's blacklisted. So if you go there in the military, the U.S. government essentially says that you are not, they will do nothing for you. Exactly. Like if anything happens, get arrested or whatever, they will do nothing for you, which is
kind
crazy.
of how they treat Mexico as well, which is also crazy.
Yeah, no, dude, when I got a ticket in Mexico, the Mexican Marines went with me, full armada. Like, they went in their full gun trucks.
Yeah, they don't.
And we're just like, he's not paying the ticket, just erase all his shit, he's done. And I was like, all right.
When Americans wind up in a fucking Mexican jail, like American military members,
Mm-hmm.
the U.S. government just, like, leaves them to fucking rot. It's
Ooh.
weird. Like, there was one more recently. I don't remember who it was, but like there was, but dude, some Marine wound up in a fucking Mexican jail, and a lot of civilians were like, "We need to get this guy the fuck back," and the federal government's like, "We're not even going to talk about this publicly. You guys need to go away." But with the food situation there in Cuba, it's a tragedy of the commons. Because if I make food, that's a physical thing that can be taken away from me. So regardless of how much I make, I'm not going to get to keep very much of it. Therefore, I'm not going to make any, or if I do, no one's going to know about it. Whereas being a doctor, they can't take that away from you. They can pay you dog shit wages. You can leave the country and be a doctor somewhere else and make money to try and send back to your family to try to get them out of the country.
Which is difficult. Did I tell you that my mom married a doctor in Cuba one time?
No.
Yeah,
that's
so I had
news to me. We're getting lore on you.
Yeah,
Everyone's getting lore on me. My wife didn't even know I was married. Now I'm divorced. And your mother married a doctor.
So
here you are.
My mom, well, not my dad. No, my dad was over here in prison for the whole time. Yeah,
your entire childhood.
Yeah, out now. I met him. It was cool.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah,
we might need someone to try and save Castro's life again.
Essentially,
the CIA, as much as they can kill people everywhere, they had terrible ideas trying to kill Castro.
I really enjoyed that Netflix documentary that really went into the history and like through the Castro. Dude, that man failed up. Well, sending his girlfriend that like
sending his ex-girlfriend to kill him and then she slept with him.
Yes, like, dude, I love that story.
And then you look at a picture of her and you're like, no.
Well, I just love that in the documentary she's like he gave me back the gun, pointed it at my head and said, "Shoot me if you want me dead," and then we made love. I was like, yo, what a Hispanic. Like, there's no other way to say that. But you guys lived a telenovela.
That man loved his ice cream and his milk. He's like, Americans think that this capitalism thing is what really makes their ice cream good. And it's like, bitch, we've got 100 flavors. I don't give a shit about your vanilla ice cream from your weird-ass big fuck-off cow.
World War I and II, we got ice cream to the boys. That's how good our shit was.
Concrete boats and made ice cream and shipped that shit to Japan.
Yep. How do you guys get your ice cream around?
Yeah, well, it's like, and the Japanese are like, we can't get food, and these assholes are having frozen dairy treats? What the hell is going on here?
America.
I might as well throw myself off of this cliff, because I'm told that they're going to rape me.
Jesus. Seppuku.
Oh, man, like, the Fat Electrician's got a video. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he was, like, referred to as, like, the Pied Piper of Saipan. Mexican guy, grew up obviously during the Great Depression. His family didn't have like a whole lot of money to help raise him. He wound up living with a Japanese family, like there in like I think it was Arizona. So when the Imperial Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, his adopted family got sent to an internment camp.
Yeah.
And that pissed him off because he viewed it as the Imperial Japanese are the reason that his family's in a camp. I mean, he should have blamed FDR, like a sane person. However, he spoke fluent Japanese. So he would go over and, like, he'd go out by himself, find a hole where they're all hiding, and he'd huck grenades in and yell in Japanese after the 2 grenades went off. It's like, come out here or I'll kill y'all. And so they'd come out and surrender. He'd move them back. And he captured so many people. Like, there was one time, like, he captured, like, 50 people in, like, one night. It's like the first time he captured, like, 5. Second time was, like, 20. The group was making bets. And his one buddy's like, the way this guy's going, the next one's got to be over 50. He walks back with, like, 55 people. It's like, what the fuck? How did he do that? And the officer that was in charge of it was like, I've got to see this. And it's like, what'd you yell into the hole? And it's like, I told him to come out or I'd kill them all. He's like, okay. And the officer's like, I'm never going out again with you. That was terrifying. Because there's 2 of us and 40 of them.
Yeah.
Fuck that. But it was really bad for him when they'd made it to, like, other areas where, because of the propaganda that had been given out about the Americans, there were children pleading with their parents about, like, why are you doing this? Please don't do this. As they would throw their children off cliffs to kill them. Because thought
the Americans
that was better for their children than to potentially be around the Americans. And he could understand what the kids were saying and was pleading with people to not do it. Because he spoke Japanese.
Do you think that's currently happening right now in North Korea? I feel like...
Oh, absolutely. The North Koreans are so heavily indoctrinated that anybody living in North Korea that does not toe the party line disappears.
Yeah.
Along with the majority of their family. Period. And if they escape, their family disappears. And they never get to see their family again because their family stops existing.
Are you more interested in past history or do you enjoy, like, current world events? Like, where's your mind at with that? And granted, this comes from someone that doesn't pay attention to shit.
So,
I don't pay attention to pretty much any politics, anything like that. Like, I'm very out of the loop.
I like some current event stuff, but if it's current events, I've got to be listening to Stock Huey. Steven, he lives in Kentucky. History of Everything podcast, mentioned him earlier. Because he does not have any political spin on his information. He's just giving the information. He is the news that people think Walter Cronkite was. Walter Cronkite was not just given the news and not putting a spin on it. That motherfucker was spinning shit just like every other news person. It's just more obvious now. So if I'm listening to, like, what's going on now, I'm listening to something like that. I prefer older history because I want to learn more about the people involved, because I know some broad strokes. Broad strokes are easy. Everybody that was in Nazi Germany was evil, except for civilians. But no one talks about, I think it was Operation Cowboy, where we saved a shitload of horses from the Russians.
That's not where... What the fuck? I saved a bunch of horses from Russia? That is not where I expected that to go.
So they were like... These were high-dollar fucking horses that the SS had in this one castle. So the United States military and the regular German military, so not the SS, because there's the SS and then there's the regular military. Regular military sided with the Americans at the end of the war to save all these horses because they were, like, really, really good horses for, like, breeding and different things of that nature, like thoroughbreds. Horses that's like, holy shit, quality horses. But if the Russians got a hold of them, they'd kill them and eat them. Because
Okay.
they were fucking hungry. Because the Russians, they were hungry in World War II. Meat wall tactics work great when you're starving. But it's like the regular German army didn't like the SS. Because the SS were douchebags. Because they're fucking Nazis. And these guys were, at this point, children. They were like 16 years old. Like, we don't like these guys. We're conscripts. Fuck them. Operation Cowboy. Let's go save some horses. That way the Russians don't eat them. And we did. But they don't teach that places because that humanizes some of the German soldiers and makes them not terrible people. And it makes them harder to hate.
That is a big thing. Like, when we think of the devil, Nazis are right there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
as far as the worst people in the world, we associate that with Nazis. Like, when you're insulting someone,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Nazi's an easy one.
exactly. Like, you're the
Communists
worst
have been
person in
doing
the
that
other.
for fucking
You're
60
Hitler.
years.
Yeah. So I definitely get that. Realizing that they are genuinely the same as us.
Some of them were just normal people who were scared of the Nazis.
Exactly.
It's the most recent thing that we can tie it to is like the Islamist extremists. So not just your rank and file Muslims, but like the actual extremists, ISIS, all that other happy horse shit that them fuckers do. The issue in that situation is because of how their religion is structured. To be an apostate, which is someone who renounces the religion, if you are anywhere around these radical extremists, it's legal for them to kill you per the book. And so that's why any villages that helped Americans would be sacked by Al-Qaeda or ISIS or whatever the other group was that was radical at the time. Hezbollah, another radical Islamist group. There's another H group I don't remember the name of. The Houthis, another radical Islamist group. They're in Yemen, I believe. They keep trying to fuck with one of our boats, and they're like, we're launching missiles at your aircraft carrier. We're like, we're going to blow up shit in Yemen, and you're not going to be very happy about it. And then the Yemenis government's like, will you quit blowing shit up? And it's like, turn over the bad guys. But if the government turns over the Houthis, then the next extremist Islamists that come in will kill everybody who was responsible for turning over the Houthis because they were betraying their people. So it's a lot of them are decent people, but the violent ones are so good at being violent that they scare everybody else into following what they want them to do.
The other issue is that when it comes to modern combat, like CQB or CQC, whatever, but close quarters combat is you deal with so many just normal civilians.
Oh yeah.
Because it is like
you have to go through normal people's homes because that's where they're hiding.
Exactly. And I think that Americans it's kind of an issue that we haven't had a war here on our lands for such a long time that the average American doesn't understand that no, we're going to people's houses.
Oh yeah.
And not everyone's the bad guy. You have to do your best to identify the bad guy and then neutralize the threat. Like, it's such a task to identify who is who, and then from there, make the right decision is such a hard thing to say as well, because when you're in the moment, the heat of the battle...
The correct decision is not necessarily the right one.
Exactly.
And the right one might not be the correct decision.
Yeah.
It is also very different when dealing with an insurgency. Because, I mean, if you think about it, the last war that the U.S. fought against a uniformed force, we did for a second in Korea, for the most part, but we were hogtied in Korea. We also had MacArthur doing dumb shit and not listening to what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, but you had Chesty fucking leading the
I-
goddamn way.
Oh, yeah. Chesty over here, like, saving everybody's fucking asses.
Hell yeah, the Rough Riders showing Korea what's up.
Yeah, but the reason that Chesty had to do the shit that he did, like Chosen, was because MacArthur was being a giant dickhead.
See,
and
I
not
didn't
following the rules.
I didn't learn about that when I got my FMF pin, you know?
No, so I remember in basic, like, they taught that, like, we like MacArthur, and it's like, the more I learn about MacArthur, I hate him. I hate him with a burning passion.
Was he a Marine? Is that why?
No, he was Army, but he
Oh,
was in
that's-
charge of Marines in Korea. They were called MacArthur's Marines.
Yeah.
Because they were way more violent than the Army was, which has historically been a thing. We do different things in the Army, and our violence is different because we primarily are an expeditionary force. We don't hold shit. That's why when they had Marines holding shit back in like 2005, they had pictures of like some chick walking Al Qaeda members around on like dog leashes because it was demeaning to them to be controlled by a woman. And it's like, well, that's a war crime because it's against their religion and blah, 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 and it's being demeaned by a woman. And it's like, fucking cool. Good. An American woman is a better human being than anybody in Al Qaeda. They should be demeaned at every opportunity. It's like,
All right, Geneva Convention exists.
it's not like they were being tortured. They were just being ridiculed and made fun of.
I mean, that was a big thing. Like, for medical, we actually learned, like, I remember that...
Waterboarding is illegal. And
Well,
I
that
don't
was-
care.
I remember when we were getting
Waterboard with
training,
diesel.
when it came to medical, it was very much like they actually taught females a little bit differently when it came
Oh, yeah.
to, all right, the expectation if you go overseas, specifically to the Middle East, it's that you have a different set of rules because of the other religions and the way that they view females. That is very interesting, though, because when it comes to the Geneva Convention, religion does kind of take a part in it,
Oh, yeah.
where we have to view them and respect it to some level,
Yep.
but then it degrades our side. Like,
oh, yeah, no,
our
following the
females
rules
in
makes it worse
America,
for you.
yeah, like in America, it's supposed to be equal rights. Equal
Yep.
rights, equal fights. Females have the same right, the same stuff as us. Now, they're
Nobody wants equal rights, because if they did, we'd have women signing up for selective service.
I was just about to say that there's not exactly equal 100%, but
Similar rights, absolutely. But that's one of those, like, if a woman hits a man, we make fun of the man, typically. Like, I'm not saying like you and I.
yeah,
The-
like
the-
in general, like
the royal we.
classic, yeah.
we make fun of the man. And we never say, well, what did he do to get hit? Because people will be like, well, what did she say to him before he smacked her in the face? And it's like, well, I don't know. And it shouldn't matter. Because if we're equal, then it's fair game.
See, personally, I believe in equal rights, equal fights.
Oh, I believe in it too.
But like,
But
I know that it's not always the right case.
Well, so I was raised that you don't lay your hands on women
I was also
unless
raised
they
that.
are trying to physically kill you. And then
Good
you're
sir.
allowed to hurt them.
Good sir, I am out.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this one up and then
All
we'll
right.
film another one. So we're going to finish this one off fun. Religions make things more difficult in war, which is why the Israelis actually have an all-female sniper force, because a woman killing a man in Islam is bad for them in heaven, which I think is hysterical. I'm not a big fan of, like, I don't really give a shit about the Jews generally. Israel as a country, I understand why we did what we did. I'd rather they all be in one spot too. If no one else wants them, put them all in one spot. But if you try to fuck with them and they kill you back, you're not allowed to complain about it. Is where I'm at. And if they're willing to fuck with you because of how your religion is structured, good on them. I don't care. 2, human rights are important. Women's rights are human rights. They are important. don't hit people.
Okay.
Hitting people means you get hit back. And that's what's fair.
I mean, that's true. Like, I can't argue with that. Like, I will see, like, videos or whatever of, like, a woman hitting a man and then the man hitting the woman back and everyone being like, why would you do that? And I'm like, guys, like, we have to have some...
Yeah,
like,
if you go hit people, you have to get hit back.
Yeah, like, if we're going to talk about equality, it kind of has to be equal.
And the final thing is, communism has never worked. It will never work. And throwing them out of helicopters should be okay.
So that's his positive spin. So just everyone heard he said we're gonna end this on a positive, and said crazy shit.
Communists should be thrown out of helicopters.
All right, so I guess we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys very much.